'Tis the season, guys. 'Tis the season. But what is it the season of? Most people would say it's the season to be jolly. However, tattoo artists around the world, this is the season of cancellation. I had one this morning. I'm back home now, hence this video. Today we are going to be talking about my aftercare routine for tattoos that I tell clients to do. So, let's get on with it. I've been in your waters. Before we start this video, guys, if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to the greatest tattoo tips channel on YouTube, that being this one. Also, guys, don't forget to turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I upload a new video. I say get notified, but let's be honest, people don't get notified. So just come back every so often and check the channel anyway to see if there has been a new upload in case you haven't been notified, yada yada yada. Anyway, let's get on with it. Guys, today, like I said, we are going to be going over my aftercare routine. This is what I tell customers to do when it comes to looking after their tattoos. As always, disclaimer, you do not have to follow my aftercare routine. If you have your own aftercare routine, then that's fair enough. But I'm putting this video out there because, like I said, this is my routine. This is what I do. This is what works for me. So you know what? It might work for you. Also, in this video, I'm going to be giving examples day by day so you can see the healing process day by day. So, turns out I forgot the most vital thing, one being my intro, so what is popping, and two, before I start this, I just need to say that when I tell my client to go home, once they're home, I tell them to unwrap that tattoo, clean that tattoo down, get any gunk, get any shit off of it, and then pat dry their tattoo. Once they have pat dried their tattoo, then let the tattoo air dry for roughly around about 5 minutes, just to make sure that skin is completely dry, and then we start creaming. So, back to the show. This is day number 1. This is immediately after we've done the tattoo. Now, generally I work in full days, so by the time we've finished the tattoo, you are already at 4 PM, 5 PM, 6 PM, whatever time you finish. So, the first thing I do is I wrap the tattoo. Once I've wrapped the tattoo, I inform the client that once they get home, that wrap is just a barrier to aid in lessening any infections or any bacteria getting into that tattoo from them leaving the studio to getting home. However, guys, once your client leaves the studio, that tattoo is in their hands. 90% of the tattoo is all in the heel. Might be a little bit less, but I'm trying to get across that it's important. The tattoo heel is one of the most important things. So once the client is at home, what I tell them to do when it comes to creaming is use a pea-size amount, dab the area of the tattoo with that pea-size amount and rub it in. When it comes to creaming the tattoo, you are wanting enough coverage for the tattoo, but if they have smears of cream on the tattoo, it's way too much. What you don't want to be doing is over creaming. Over creaming is one of the biggest things that ruins a tattoo during the healing process. So guys, this is day 2, and I must point out that this is on my girlfriend, so I have been able to oversee the creaming process and the healing process and make sure everything has been done correctly. But as you can see, not much change has happened within the course of a day. The tattoo has just darkened up. But what Chrissy has been doing has been creaming with that pea-size amount 3 or 4 times a day. No more than 4 times a day. 3 times a day is ideal for when it comes to creaming a tattoo. The cream that I use is Palmer's cocoa butter. I've used Palmer's cocoa butter my entire career. Along the line, I have messed with other things hereabouts, the new products that are coming up and stuff, but I always revert back to Palmer's cocoa butter because it works. Now, wherever you're from, you might not be able to get Palmer's cocoa butter, but I'm pretty sure you will. If you want to use this, you can get it on Amazon if you're overseas. But what Chrissy is doing, like I said, is creaming 3 to 4 times a day with a small pea-size amount on her tattoo and rubbing it in, making sure she has clean hands. So always instruct your clients to have clean hands when they are doing this. Okay guys, so this is day 3 into the healing process. Now what I also do is I also make the client wash their tattoo in the morning when they get up and wash their tattoo at night time. Now when it comes to washing the tattoo, I always tell my client to not get hot baths or soak their tattoo in water. Normal showers are fine, but I always tell the client not to soak that tattoo. You know, if they do have a bad heel and they are soaking that tattoo, any scabs are going to come away and just ruin the tattoo. So I always tell them no baths, and if they do get a bath, have their limb out of it, wash the tattoo and hold their arm out, hold their leg out, whatever they need to do, but do not soak the tattoo. It is paramount that they do not soak that tattoo. So guys, this is day 4 of the tattoo. Now what I also tell the client is no gyms, no saunas, no sunbeds. So why no gyms? Well, obviously you don't know who's using the gym equipment. There's bacteria everywhere that you don't want to get into the tattoo. Not only that, but if the tattoo is on a chest, for example, and that person goes in the gym and does chest, they're getting a stretch on that chest which pulls on that tattoo, which could, you know, be a detriment to the healing process. No saunas. Why no saunas? You know, why would you want to sweat? You don't want to soak the tattoo in water, so why would you want to be sweating profusely? You wouldn't. So no saunas. Sunbeds. We've had enough skin damage. We need that skin to heal. And also keeping out the sun for the very same reason. That skin is damaged. We really do need it to heal. We don't want to be causing any more trauma to that, and sun damage can cause trauma. But not only that, if your client goes out after a tattoo and hold that bitch in the sun, whoo, that is going to burn a lot more than it really would have. On to day 5, and we are deep into the aftercare process. So I always tell the client that if they want to wrap the tattoo, which is called a wet heal, that they can wrap that tattoo. However, that they go and get some clean, brand new cling film. They don't use anything out their drawer that they already had at home. And when it comes to buying the cream, they don't use anything that they've used at home. Also, they go and get a brand new tub. Obviously, again, bacteria, we are limiting the amount of bacteria that you could possibly get into that tattoo, which is limiting the chances of any infection occurring. Now, obviously, wrapping the tattoo works better for somebody that works in a mucky environment. If you are going to tell your clients to wrap their tattoo, please tell them to cream the tattoo first, the way that they have been told, and then wrap the tattoo up. If they do wrap the tattoo, they need to be changing that a few times a day. I recommend every time they obviously cream. So cream in the morning, wrap, unwrap in afternoon, cream, wrap it back up, unwrap in the evening, cream, wrap it back up for bed, whatever you want to do. Wrapping it is okay, it's just called a wet heal versus a dry heal. Now, I feel a dry heal is a lot better, but depending on the person will depend on the heel. Chrissy, my girlfriend, with a dry heel, which this one was, she does not heal as well as what she does on a wet heel. So when it comes to aftercare, you're not going to really know which one's best until you see the healed product. If your customer is having a sleeve, for example, and you tell them to heal it dry with just creaming it without wrapping it, and then they have a bad heel, maybe you want to tell them to do a wet heel next time and see if they heal better that way. But wet heel versus dry heel all depends on the customer. However, a bit of both depending on the customer and the customer's job also does not hurt, so don't be afraid to wrap that tattoo. Just make sure they cream it first. Okay, on to the next day. As you can see, the tattoo now is well into the process of healing. There's it's all peeled off in most bits. There's a few little bits to go, but for the most part, this is when I would say that you are over the worst stage. For me, the worst stage of the heel is the first 1 to 4 days. That is when it is most crucial. Once you start getting to the peeling stage of the tattoo, for the most part, you're pretty much home free. With regards to infection, that is. Now, obviously, if you still do have peel to go on the tattoo, or you do have some scabbing in some places, those have still got to be looked after. So obviously tell your client to continue to carry on creaming for a further 2 weeks after the tattoo has fully peeled off. Okay guys, on to the next day. Now this tattoo for the most part has healed. There's a few little bits remaining on it, but for the most part this is a healed tattoo, and as you can see, we are now left with silver skin. Silver skin is completely normal. Silver skin, what it's going to do is make the tattoo look like it is shining and it's got a glimmer on top of it. That is just the remnants of the heel. This is why we cream for an extra 2 weeks after the tattoo has fully peeled. You don't have to be as excessive with the cream, doing it 3 to 4 times a day. You can just do it at this point once or twice a day. All you're doing is getting rid of that silver skin and bringing some moisture back into the skin while the tattoo settles in. At this point, it is only the top layer of skin though that has healed, and it still might feel sore for your client. This is due to the layers of skin still healing on the underneath. Currently it is just a surface heal, which is why again we cream for a further 2 weeks. Anyway guys, I think I've gone over everything. It's kind of been hard really to really remember what I tell people, even though I do it every single day because I'm doing this video and I need to remember. But I think I've got like the most things in there of what I wanted to say. I'm pretty sure I have. So guys, that is the end of this video, and that is my aftercare routine. I have done this routine for the 10 years that I've been tattooing, and for the most part every single heel comes back fine. Now when you're at the beginning of your career, obviously you are going to overwork tattoos, you're going to overwork that skin, and you're going to do things wrong, and no amount of cream or heel is going to be adequate to counteract that. So in them cases, you need to realize that the problem lies with you rather than in the heel. But as you get more and more experienced, you start to understand the skin more, you start to understand the heels more, and then you'll start getting better heels and better heels and better heels as you go on in your career. But guys, again, before I leave, don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next video. Peace.